Hello everybody, welcome back to Satisfactory. My name is Arctic Wolf and this is episode 15. We're standing here overlooking, let's see, this is the northeast corner of the building on the south end of the complex where we're making our heavy modular frames in this building here. As you can see from the end of the last episode, I've added another 2 floors on top of this thing. We've got a few changes. I also completed the motors factory. We've got all 10 stators are being made in here now. So we got rid of the line of stators that was coming from over there. We ran into some power issues. I had to run up to the coal power plant, and while I was up there some interesting stuff happened. So for the first time in this series we're gonna try one of these. Here's a flashback. Okay, here we are up at the power plant. I added 2 generators. We're going to upgrade that miner to a Mark II so it can feed these generators. I already have enough water to support 4 more generators. So adding the coal, upgrading the coal miner will give us enough coal to support 8 more generators. And then I can add 2 more water extractors, and then we'll have enough to double up our power completely up here. And that'll get us enough power to make the computers and the heavy modular frames, and then turn everything on and get it all running. But while I was up here, I noticed that this guy has been protecting this, and this is why I haven't picked this one up yet. So we're gonna go over here and tackle this and see how I do. I got a full complement of the health nuts and my trusty Xeno Basher, and I'm going to try to go get this guy. Here we go. He didn't see me yet. Oh, there he did. Oh, he got me. Yeah, them guys are tough. But I got him. He hit me twice. It took 4 hits on damage. Ow. Okay, let's see what this thing needs. I think whatever it is, we can get it. I have no space in my inventory, of course. Computers. Hey, look at that. Is there some heavy modular frames around here? There's some motors. Some screws. I will be grabbing those too, but let's see what this needs. 50 megawatt. I'm sitting next to a power plant. Are you kidding me? Just power, that's all it needs. Grab it right there. Connect it right there. And operational. Okay. So we got a hard drive. Now we can disconnect that and go see what we got. Okay, and we're back. I just wanted to check in with you guys before I went back down to base and turned in that hard drive. I stayed up here and finished with this power plant before I went down there. So I added 2 water extractors, ran that pipe up above the other 2, and then tied them all together and spread them all out throughout all 16 power plants. I upgraded that to a Mark II miner, so it gets 240 coal per minute, and then the feed line is upgraded to Mark III all the way to the 8th power plant, which would siphon off a total of 120, leaving 120 left. So from power plant going from power plant 8 to power plant 9 and on down the end of the line is Mark II belt. I also put a observation tower marker on that pod that we picked that hard drive up off of. And now I'm ready to connect this line to this line, and that doubles the power down on the base. I'm gonna get in the tractor and head down there, and I'll see you guys when we get down there, and then we'll check that hard drive. Okay, here we are at the MAM. Let's open this up, click on hard drive. It auto selected it for us, so we click scan. That's gonna take 10 minutes. Yeah, anyway, that happened, and that was kind of interesting. So we have a hard drive that is probably ready to be researched by now in the MAM. Almost certain that it is. But let's go down and go through these, and I'll show you what all the new stuff is and what all I did and where we're at and what the plan is for today. So here we go. Let's start over here first. I've marked 2 miner on that limestone now, so this is the 120 line that gets split. Half of it goes back where the original line used to go, and half of it comes up in here to make concrete. Comes in right there, goes up and goes in the building right there. Up next we got, let's just go in here, because this was where we were making our modular frames at. Oh, yep, there they are. Isn't that a sight to behold? And we are making 4 per minute currently. Need to overclock one of these things to be able to make the 5 we need. This one reinforced plate machine is overclocked twice. As you can see, that is taking in 60 plates and 120 screws. Should be really close to that. Okay, so it's only getting 100 screws per minute. That's close enough. It's doing its thing. We're getting the things. That's what we want. I'm not going for 100% efficiency. I'm going to get all caught up. So that's what we're doing. I'm not trying to be the best. I'm just having fun. So we got encased industrial beams heading out, ready to go to an elevator upstairs so that we can put them into a manufacturer. We've got, whoa, me jumping off the cliff. Ow. I should know that that does that. I built it. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna run back up there. Okay. Here's where the encased industrial beams go out. We got the concrete comes in here. The steel plate, steel beams, which I'll show you that next, come in right there. This is the only constructor we need, is only gonna make 6 of these things, so that's gonna throttle the recipe too. We're not gonna be getting 100% efficiency out of this manufacturer right away. We need more resources for that. We don't have enough. Imagine that. We do not have enough. We can upgrade the 2 iron miners over there. We can upgrade the copper miner over there. We can upgrade the limestone miner over there. But we're still going to have to find at least 1 more pure node, or 2 normal nodes, or 4 unpure nodes of each one of those resources. So we got an exploration go coming in the near future. thinking after we get our power plant online, we're going to go looking for more resources before we make the next project. So, okay. I'm running around, just running around talking. Need to be showing things off. Let's go down here. Yep, I should be able to jump onto this. Good deal. Okay, in here, this is now making stators. We are bringing in the pipe, the steel pipe from the floor below. Nothing changed downstairs. Everything changed up here. I took out them 4 constructors that was making pipes, and I put in 2 constructors making beams, and them get shipped straight out. Basically, they get merged together here. They go into an elevator. They go over to the wall. They follow it around. And then they go out in that corner. And then they go straight across into the other building. They might go up an elevator over there. I'm not 100% sure anymore. Okay. We're completely full on steel pipes. We're taking out all the steel pipes we need to use for everything we need to use them for. We need to pump some of the steel pipes up to the manufacturer when we get it in place. The other thing we are making, let's see, that was 3 of the 4. The screws. Them are, oh yeah, it's that ingot's coming in up here. We got these ingots right here. We're going to be putting in some 4 more of the screw, alternate recipe casted screw constructors in here to get us the 200 screws we need. And then up here we'll run that manufacturer and box this in with 1 more floor. And then we'll be making heavy modular frames, and we'll put them in a storage bin right here on these 2 panels, facing that way. Nope. Right here on these 2 panels. Away from there. That'll be a door. You'll see it. You'll see it when it's done. I'll show it to you. But for now, that's where we're at. That's what I've been up to. So far, this is going good. We're not going to be able to get 100% efficiency on this right away, like I said, but we will get there when we get more resources. But first, we just need to get these things made. We need to get these automated and computers automated so we can just, because that's the parts needed to make the next tier of equipment for the next couple of builds. We're going to start getting into foundries and refineries and Mark III miners and train stations, and yeah, all of that takes computers. A lot of it. So that's coming next. Right now, I'm going to get to work on getting this manufacturer in place. So I'll see you in a minute. Hey. And I'm back. It's been a minute. I kept running out of power. I kept going up there and checking it. Everything looked fine. I'd turn it on, get it running. Everything would work. Come to find out, the belt coming out of the miner, going into the first section of it was fine. The second section going into the conveyor lift that was taking it up under the manifold was a Mark II belt, and it was holding up the whole line, and it was running out of coal. So like it would run out of coal, and then while I was going over to click the switch to turn it back on, it would fill back up and be able to turn back on, and it was confusing me. But I figured that one out. So after that, I came back down here and I got everything working. Everything inside that building now is running and manufacturing and producing. And we added another floor that's actually 5 walls high. And all 4 components required to make heavy modular frames are getting belted up there into storage units. And the belts are laid out on the floor to accept the manufacturer. As you can see on the right hand side of the screen, I've got all the equipment required to make the manufacturer. I got the power lines running all throughout. I'm using wall mounts on the back side of the building to go straight up, to go from floor to floor. It works really well that way. Anyway, I'm gonna go up in there and I will see you in a minute. Okay, here we are. I think this room looks totally cool from the inside with the alternating patterns of the windows and the walls like that. It looks a lot more open than it actually is. It's just 4 by, what is that, 9? 4 by 10, something like that. But let's go ahead and place this thing down. Now, it only fits one way in this room. The way I've got it laid out, it only fits into one spot right there. There we go. And now we select the belts and run them in here. No, that needs to be Mark 3. I accidentally clicked the wrong button right there. That one needs to be a 3 because it's taking 200 screws a minute. Alright, 30 of those and 10 of those. Alright, so the reason for the storage bins was so that I could let this run for a while and stockpile those storage bins up there so that this thing's going to start running. It's going to start running at 100% until it catches up with the rest of the production throughout the factory. So the entire time we've been building this thing, it's been stockpiling these resources to make this part. And if you didn't notice, I needed 10 heavy modular frames to build this thing, which means I had to manually handcraft those in the crafting bench. There was no two ways about it. That had to be done. But there we go. All the belting is hooked up. And we grab this. We connect it from here to there. And then we tell this thing to build heavy modular frames. And there it goes. All right. We are making 2 heavy modular frames a minute. That took a long time. So, anyway, they're going to get pumped into this storage bin, which is then going to route it down and out, down to a storage bin downstairs that's easier to get to. Alright, let's go down here. Okay, let's go down there. You can see here, this is how I'm running the power up the building from floor to floor. It's just so much cleaner than having these power lines thrown around all over the place. I'm gonna run over there to the MAM and let's see what's in that hard drive. Okay, here we are back at the MAM. Okay. This iron alloy ingot keeps popping up. We can actually make that now because it requires a foundry and we have that. The bolted frame is comparable to it would use the casted screws recipe instead of the rods, and would be just a little bit cheaper. But I'm thinking polyester fabric here. Like, this resin is a byproduct of the oil, and then it's just water. Like, oil and water makes fabric. I think we're gonna go with the polyester fabric. Fabric is useful for several things, and unless you get that recipe, you have to make it out of plants. So we'll do that. We'll get fabric. Whenever I need fabric, I can use. I just make a thing that makes it. Just have a stockpile of fabric sitting around. That'll be cool. That's gonna call it for today. We got a lot done today. I'm extremely impressed with the size and scale of this, the way this is turning out. So I know you guys are. I mean, this what this game does. You start out with just bare minimums, and before you know it, like, you thought that building was big. You got another thing coming. The one we're gonna have to build for computers is gonna be 3 times that size, and it might take twice as long to build it. Most of it will be laying full slab foundations, so that'll be easy. I'm gonna start right here, and I'm just gonna slab out to the end of that wall right there, and then I'm gonna go that way to that rock, and then I'm gonna go that way to the shoreline, and I'm gonna come back around in here like this, and I'm gonna build a road out there to the plastic, and there's gonna be a truck stop up here and a truck stop down there. And then when we get trains, all the truck stops throughout the whole base are going to be turned into train stops, and we're going to run train lines. And these are all things we can start talking about now that we've got heavy modular frames automated, and we're talking about building an automated computer factory. Like, these two things are the ingredients to build your higher tier equipment. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you like the series and like what I'm doing on my channel here. Hit the bell notification to know when my videos come out. But that's gonna do it for me today. Wolf out.